Alright guys, gonna be unboxing the new K&N intake for the 2018 F150 2.7 liter EcoBoost. This is the twin turbo 6-cylinder. Yeah, pretty sweet truck. So let's get this intake on. All right, coupler. I'm gonna have to look through this to see everything that is gonna be necessary for this. This packaging is like nuts. Alright, this is the only part I was excited about seeing. That's it. Alright, I'm done. I only wanted to see the tube. Alright. And then, of course, the filter. I'll open that up. Okay, so the stock intake setup is pretty basic looking and easy to disassemble from what I can see. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to record the whole time I'm taking this apart, but yeah, I'll try to record as much as I can. It's just me here though, so I don't want to waste a lot of time trying to hold the camera and pay attention to the camera when I really just want to get this done and on, because I'm anxious on what it's going to sound like. So yeah, I'll start recording in a few minutes. All right, the first thing you're going to want to do is disconnect this air temperature sensor. So super simple. Just squeeze the far side. Squeeze the far side and it kind of pops right off. That's super simple. You really shouldn't be able to screw that up. If you do screw this part up, just stop what you're doing. You probably shouldn't be putting the intake on by yourself. So leave it to somebody who knows what they're doing. So yeah, if you handled that part, continue. If you already screwed it up, just stop. All right, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the clamps off. And I already popped the clips off of the air box here. You just pop this side off. The other side just kind of slips into the slot. So you just kind of pick this side up a little bit and slide it out of there. See, they slide into those little grooves there. Once again, if you can't handle taking these off without watching a video, stop what you're doing. Let somebody put the intake on who knows what they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video and take the clamps off. Okay, so the stock intake piping is out. I took the stock air filter out. It literally just pops right out. There it is. It just sits in there. I left that one clamp on to keep the top lid together with the piping. You could take it off, save more space with storage, however you want to put it. I don't care. I'd keep the stock intake set up. Just in case. You never know when you want to take the aftermarket intake off and maybe put the stock one back on for whatever reason. I don't care. Do what you want. Anyways, yeah, for this setup, you leave this lower intake box on. Here's the new upper intake box, which is obviously open, so the air filter will breathe much better. It's easy the way it slips in. It basically slips in the same way, come on, seriously, the same way that the stock one does. Even these little clips actually slip right over top. It's secure. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the seals that go on top of here that'll seal against the hood. So yeah, I'll be back recording in a... Alright, so I went ahead and took this back off just to show you. I put the upper seal on. There's a couple spots I'm going to have to press on. Not super difficult to do. You do have to trim a little bit of excess off right there, a little tiny piece. Whatever, it's stuck underneath my cutters there. But so next I'm gonna go ahead, turn it upside down, and I got this piece that is basically gonna go across this edge, and this edge, and it should seal the airbox. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that quick. And okay, so I got the upper seal piece on and the little rubber trim pieces that go on. That comes with one piece. You got to just basically cut it in half. You can see that little rubber trim piece that'll seal up on the lower airbox on the front and back. So let's see if I can just do this with one hand. Got it the wrong way. I'm probably going to take this back off. We'll see. So yeah, same factory clips. Fit a little bit more snug with those rubber trim pieces on now. There, you can see it right there. See the front one. And we're good to go. It's even more sturdy than it was before. So I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next step. One step that I did skip, I skipped it because I really just wasn't thinking about it, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with me skipping it, is the super glue that is supposed to go around the seal, or the seal on the airbox. How you put it on, I guess it helps hold it on, but honestly you got to press this thing down really hard to get it around there. So I think it's good. I'm not too worried about it. I'll use a super glue for something else. So yeah, just wanted to add that. Remember to put the super glue on if it, you feel it's absolutely necessary, but I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it off. I think it's gonna be okay. So I have a few more pieces laying around here. Looks like it comes with 2, 4, 6 clamps in the kit. This piece will go on the inside of the airbox, I believe. I'm gonna have to look at the instructions for that. Yep, it goes on the inside. Oh, okay, yeah. This will go on the inside of the airbox, and the filter, it sits in the filter like so. Okay, and then it'll clamp to that. So this will be the filter clamp, which clamps this to the filter. This obviously has screws that clamp or screw into the holes of the filter. So this will go on next. I'm going to go ahead and put it inside. This is all hard to do with one hand, but I'm going to go ahead, put it inside like so, and I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so I have that inner intake air filter fitting in. It's got the 2 screws. They're actually Phillips head screws, or not Phillips, Jesus, they're Allen heads. And yeah, the one thing I found interesting, I guess K&N has the thought process of, if you're doing this, you should have the tools for the job. It does not come with a Allen tool, Allen wrench, Allen nothing. So you're gonna need your own 5/32, I believe this was. You're gonna need your own 5/32 Allen tool of some sort. So Allen wrenches are fine. I happen to have the bits with the socket, so this makes it a little easier. But yeah, whatever gets that on is what you need. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue here, and I'll be recording it. Okay, so one thing I found would have been a little easier is that inner intake fitting that I put in here. Put the filter on first. I don't know. Like this easily expanded open a little bit to get the filter on, but the filter is almost against. So when this piece was on and it was sticking out a little bit to get the filter in there, it was just a little tight. You can do it the way I did it. It was fine. Like I said, it expanded. The filter did slip in there, you know, easy enough. It's not like I was like pounding on it trying to get it in and destroyed anything. The filter's still perfectly fine. So yeah, so far so good. I went ahead and tightened the clamp on the filter so it's sturdy and it's on there. And all right, I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the rest of the couplers and the clamps and get this intake piping on. One more thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you this grommet here. This little grommet, remember that air temperature sensor that I unplugged? That's here on the stock one. Gonna have to take that out, and this little grommet's gonna have to go inside here. I know it's bigger, but it's gonna fit in there. Gonna have it split, and then it'll hold your air temperature sensor nice and firmly. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, so I went ahead and put the couplers on in advance before I put the piping on. I'm hoping that it'll just be easier because, you know, the couplers have like little plastic pieces and stuff. I mean, the stock piping has like some plastic pieces that I wanted to make sure the coupler went the whole way on, kind of like, you know, gauge the distance versus accidentally putting it on too far. I don't know, just my stupid way of thinking. We'll see if it actually made it more difficult or easier to have the couplers on the stock existing piping and new airbox versus putting it on the K&N piping. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the pipe on. Don't forget about, I took the air temperature sensor off. You gotta, to get it off of the stock one, that little prong there, you gotta lift the prong up and then like turn it 90 degrees and it pops out of the stock tubing. And then the grommet, it literally presses straight in. I made sure I put it in the same exact way that it was in the stock piping as far as direction and airflow goes. I don't know if that matters. It probably does, but I don't know. I made sure I put it in the right way. So pay attention to that. All right, I'll be right back as soon as I get the K&N piping all the time. Okay, so not sure if it made a difference or not with having the couplers already on the existing piping or not. It all went on easy, so it was easier to put this on first, and then slip this one on, and then slip it into this one, because this one actually did move a little bit, so you could slide it out of the way. Personal preference to try to make the clamps look as uniform as possible. Just makes it look nicer and cleaner. The air temperature sensor is back on and connected and secure. As you can see, that sensor is not all floppy in there. It's nice and secure. That grommet holds it nice and tight. So at this point in time, we should be ready to go to start her up. So the next clip is going to be first. All right, go for it. Do like a slow increasing RPM, and then like rev it whole way through and let off quick. Like let the turbos give a chance to like spool up. So like slowly like let it rev up to like 2 grand, and then like give it a good deep rev and then let off. Well, you're gonna, yeah, obviously. You're supposed to rev it up after that, like hard. Like let it climb and then push it the whole way, let it rev and then let off. Like, I mean, like stop it to the floor, bro. What the hell's going on here? go. Now you did it. Congratulations. Anyone who's going to watch this is my mother who writes with crayons still, so. All right. So that's that.